Hello there everybody, so Knight2 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to the house in Fata Morgana, a Requiem for Innocence. Last episode we met Jiren. Fuck. Basically a weird girl that's eerily similar to Angie Inoga suddenly shows up in Fata Morgana. You're in the wrong franchise, you might want to leave, it's a little too depressing here. Anyway, she's interesting, to say the least. And just seeing Morgana just kind of like lose her. She was kind of losing it. I was like, what the hell is wrong with this woman? Anyway, let's see how more of this. Let's have more fun in this depressing tale. And nothing says more depressing than happy piano music. As the sun began to set and meal preparations were complete, the girls started to emerge from their rooms, a bustle forming in and around the kitchen. Some sluggishly rubbed the sleep from their eyes, while others complained about clients. Some took a moment for me to recognize in their casual clothes, sans makeup. Off the job and being themselves, it looked less like prostitutes and more like just ordinary girls. There were around 10 girls who actually stayed at the brothel, another 10 or so who came in to work from outside. It was a fairly large-scale operation, at least to my eyes. Though there were a couple other smaller brothels in the slums, this was the one everyone directed anyone interested to first. Girls with nowhere else to go stayed here, and girls who didn't have a place to go back to stayed there. And no one actually owned their own homes, though. They either lived with a man or shared a place with a few other girls. None of them had husbands or children. Supposedly, there were those who did in this line of work, but it was rather uncommon. I scooped out servings of soup from the cauldron sitting over the fire, dishing it out to girls as they came by. And no one gave me any unpleasant looks at the sight of my face. They said, "Good morning," and smiled. Just like any other day. I whispered a greeting to each of them in turn, but given how noisy the kitchen was, it was unlikely any of them heard it. Oh boy, it sure is bouncing in here. I like me a place with some energy. I'm glad to hear that. It didn't take long for Jiren to start hitting it off with the other prostitutes. Her perky disposition was undeniably overdone, but everyone seemed to enjoy the positive attention she was giving them well enough. In almost no time at all, the girls were fawning over her. Well, she's a bumbling mass of energy. What did you expect? Okay, even better description. She's like a puppy. A weird whore puppy. Once everyone had their food, they settled into their individual mealtime activities. The bland, watery soup was expectedly unpopular, even though everyone knew there was nothing that could be done about it. "This again?" several of them murmured, to which Maria stood up and chastised them, saying, "You should be grateful you've got anything to eat at all." I know. And Morgana worked her butt off to make it for you. It's rude to complain. I'm sorry, I am. It ain't her cooking I'm complaining about. You know that, right? Don't you, Morgana? It doesn't bother me. And you're perfectly justified in being displeased. It's hardly nutritious enough to get you through the day. True enough, I guess. Would be great if we could get something with a little more oomph. Like a big old slab of meat. Whee! Oh my god. Whee! I love meat! Just thinking about it has me drooling. Meat! Bring on the meat! Save that drool for work, because that's the only meat you'll get here. Oh my fucking god. This is freaking weird. I wonder, maybe I can pretend this rude-looking thing is meat and it'll actually taste like it. Meat from the depths I summon thee. Meat. Nope, still not meat. No shit, genius. Meat. You don't like meat, Morgs? No, you won't grow up to be big and strong if you're such a picky eater. I'm not picky about what I eat, no. all sustenance is a gift from God to man. I would never refuse his...
Well, well, is the meat not to your liking then, Saint? Hear that, slave? The Saint says your brother tastes so bad it makes her retch.
You alright, Morgs? You're super pale. I'm just fine. It's been more than 2 years, and I still can't get that taste out of my mouth. No matter how hard I try to forget it. Sometimes when I'm awake, just like now, and sometimes it's an awful nightmare. If you're not feeling good, maybe you should lay down. I'm fine, really. You sure? Maybe meat's out of the question, but some bread would sure be nice at least. God, yes, bread! Too bad supplies have been so scarce lately. It's all the damn Lord's fault. Not that a bunch of whores can do fuck all about it. Is the Lord really that bad of a guy?
Do you see what he did to my body?
Oh, right. You haven't been here very long. You don't know what he's like. Yes, he's a terrible man. He oppresses his people and rejects the word of God. He is a cruel, heartless, barbaric madman. He deserves the strictest of judgments. So does everyone in the city hate him then? I doubt you will find a single person who thinks otherwise. Oh. Well, I hope he stops being the Lord soon then. What do you mean? I just mean, it'd be nice if someone else could take over for him. Then he could just be a regular old guy. He wouldn't have to worry about running his city stuff. Everyone wins. What the hell is wrong with you? It would be nice, yes, but... Wouldn't it? Pretty dang brilliant, aren't I? Even I know it's not that simple, and I'm only 11. How would a bunch of slum dwellers even begin to instate a new lord? Does she even think before speaking? She just seems very vocal.
Well, damn. I was hoping to make it before breakfast time. Sorry about that, but I brought bread.
Bread? Speak of the bloody devil! Here, toss it here! No, me first!
Patience, please. You're acting like a wild animal that haven't eaten in days.
Look at you, Jacopo. You got girls falling all over you.
Don't just watch. Help me, damn it! And it's not me they're after, it's the bread.
Touché. That said, pretty sorry batch you got for us today. You could probably crack someone's head open with this. There's no hope for the world if we've fallen so far that girls are tripping over each other to get their hands on this.
Well, to be fair, if the bread is hard, you can put it in like warm soup to soften it up a little bit. Then it can kind of enhance the flavor, kind of like how sometimes whenever we have like this bread that's kind of slightly stale, I would just kind of dip it in some heat up beef broth and it actually tastes really good. You want fresh, soft bread? Well, start saving your coins. And until then, this is the best we can get. Let it soak in your soup for a bit. That should soften it up some. I think I just channeled my inner Jacob. I'm not sure if that's a good thing if I channeled it, but me and Jacopo are on the same wavelength here. I thought you should be grateful to have it at all.
How much longer till I fall into a pile of money? Morix, it's a man! There's a man here! I have eyes, thank you very much. Who is it? You know? Oh, is he a client? No, he's not. He's more... oh, how should I put it? Someone who doesn't know how to keep his nose out of other people's business.
Excuse me, did your eyes fail to detect that I have ears? And was that a weird visual glitch I just saw?
Beep, here he comes.
Haven't seen you around here before. New girl?
You first, mister. Who are you? Since you came in through the back door, I'm guessing you work here?
Something like that.
Holy moly! I've never seen a male prostitute before!
You, me, outside, now.
Whoa! Talk about aggressive! Inter-office romance never ends well, you know. Maria will get really mad if she finds out. This ship's sinking before it even leaves the port.
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Two prostitutes in the throes of forbidden love, until one day, an older client finds out and goes mad with rage. All of a sudden, there's a knife in his hand. He swings and...
Maria, what the hell's wrong with this new girl? I've never seen anyone with this much air inside her head.
Oh, that's Jiren. She joined today. She's a bit off in the head, but she's a nice girl. I'm sure you'll get along just fine. Nice to meet ya. Wait, does that mean we have the boss's approval? It's crazy enough that they're running this place themselves, but to allow... No, she's on a sinking ship. This place is out of this world.
Oh, for the love of God, Morgana, knock her upside the head with a frying pan, damn it.
We just met 5 minutes ago, though. So how about we start as friends?
Shut up and listen to me for a second, chatterbox. Until I say otherwise, you are not to speak another word. You will listen to every last word I say and carve it into that empty skull of yours. Understood?
Aye. What the fuck?
And there you have it. I assist with the brothel's operations, nothing more. I presume you've been told about how this place doesn't have a formal manager, so sometimes situations arise for which a man's presence is necessary.
Yep. He may look like a scrawny dork, but he's actually surprisingly useful.
Was that really necessary?
Sorry, my bad. Slip of the tongue. Oh, neato. So have you two known each other for a long time? You seem like you're pretty close.
It was pretty much just the two of us fighting to survive for years.
That's awesome! I love that kind of thing. Together through thick and thin. Not too long ago, he and some other guys started up a band of peacekeepers, so he's been spending more of his time training up with them these days. That said, I guess it's not too bad knowing we've got someone we can throw at troublemakers if need be. Oh, peacekeepers? Sweet! You don't look like you'd put up much of a fight though, mister.
You want to test that theory? Maria, you need to teach this girl some damn manners. We'll be drowning in complaints if she treats patrons like this.
I'll have you know, I butter my clients up so much they're a big slippery mess when I'm done with them. I'll be just fine, I promise.
Oh.
This novel's gonna be the death of me.
Okay. Oh, I bet they get slippery, but not from butter. What? That's not what I meant, I swear it. What are you getting all flustered for? You're a whore just like the rest of us.
On a somewhat related subject, where exactly did you pick up some of these mannerisms?
Huh? Why'd you ask? I seem pretty normal to me.
It would be quicker to list the things about you that are normal than aren't.
There's actually a majorly huge story behind that.
Oh?
Is that so?
And what would that be? You weren't raised by wolves in the wilderness and never learned how to behave like a normal person, were you? No, that's Gonta. He's never mind.
You're not too far off, actually. When I was younger...
Wait. You don't have to. No one's forcing you to say anything if you don't want to.
I didn't grow up with my parents. I lived with a bunch of really nice men, and I learned a lot from them. I didn't even know my name until they told me.
Pardon?
I thought my name was me till I was around 5, but then one of the nice men told me it was actually Jiren. He was super duper disappointed in me. Called me the dumbest broad I've ever known. Talk about rude. But they kinda rubbed off on me, so that's probably what you're seeing.
Well, that certainly is a story.
Is that not good enough for you?
Oh, I'll just say the nice man was absolutely right.
How rude! It's genuinely concerning how stupid this girl is. Anyway, food time. Okay. I am stuffed. It's amazing how much of a difference a little bread makes. Glad you enjoyed it. 'Cause starting tomorrow, you gotta work if you want to eat. Aye, aye, boss. Oh, right. She'll be working here, too. It almost slipped my mind. She seems like such an innocent girl. So far removed from carnal desire. Yet she'll be out there selling her body. Letting them put their filthy hands all over it. What's up, Morks? You've been staring at my face something fierce. What? I was just admiring the unusual color of your skin. Oh yeah, I'm not from around these parts. I'd like to go back home someday, but who knows if that'll ever happen. Home. She did say she was taken from her home and sold off. I imagine that would make it difficult to go back. Speaking of, you and Jacopo look kind of similar skin color-wise.
Do we?
We're deafs both on the darker side. I wish I had a super pretty white skin like yours, boss. I appreciate the compliment. Most everyone around here is really fair. My skin's nothing special.
And just because we both have tan skin doesn't necessarily mean we're from the same region.
Where are you from, Jackie?
Jackie?
Pretty dang adorable nickname, ain't it?
Oh, for the love of God. I would very much appreciate it if you never called me that again.
Aw, but it's so cute.
Back to the question of where I'm from, I don't remember. In my earliest memories, I was already living here. Chances are things weren't great wherever it was. Otherwise, I would probably remember something.
Oh, darn. That's too bad. But you know, Jackie, maybe where you came from is close to where I came from. Go back a few generations and maybe we even share some family.
I'd wager a guess you probably come from the same part of the world as me. If you go back far enough, you might even find we share ancestors. But who knows? I told you to stop calling me that! Although I suppose there's a chance you're right about that.
Whee! That makes us family then, Jackie.
Get off of me! Let go, damn it!
Well, well, she seems to have taken quite a liking to you. Why did I just think that I wished he had said that no, they were.
Oh, my heart.
Once it started getting dark out, the kitchen became a deserted wasteland. The girls went off to work, and then he went home. The brothel was divided into two distinct work and living areas. If it weren't, then they used the whole building up for business. I probably would have run off long ago. I'd only ever been in the work area during the day, and though it was largely masked by the scent of various incenses burned through the night, it was filled with the unmistakable raw stench of men. Man. Bleh. Disgusting. Cleaning it always put me in a dour mood. The corpses I gathered and buried were far less repulsive. In the living area, there was a kitchen, storage areas, and a large hall of sorts, which the girls used as a communal bedroom. They would stumble in after a long night of work, and all sleep together like a big family. A big family of prostitutes. Okay. I made a point of sleeping off in the corner, which wasn't strictly necessary, since I slept while they worked and vice versa. I could just never seem to make myself comfortable sleeping in the middle of such a big empty space. Today was slightly different, though. I wasn't sleeping alone. Jiren was there, which I suppose shouldn't have surprised me. sleep together, Morgs.
Absolutely not.
Aw, why not?
I dislike people putting their hands all over me. It makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, I see. So what you're opposed to is snuggling, not sleeping together. And here I thought you didn't like me. I was about to cry.
It's still too early to decide how I feel about you. We only met today.
All the more reason we should sleep together.
In what way does that make any sense?
Simple. The best way to get to know me better is through some good old-fashioned spooning. Boys don't get nothing on playing physical contact. That's how you get to know when someone's really like on the inside.
Your choice of words makes that sound incredibly improper. I mean, yeah.
Besides, I start work tomorrow, which means I probably won't get another chance to sleep with you for a while. So it's gotta be tonight. Please?
Oh, for the love of God. Fine. But only if you agree to give me enough space.
At least let me finish my sentence! Got to get in there before you have a chance to change your mind.
It feels like we've adopted a dog.
I promise, I'm 100% and 101% human.
I never said you weren't, just that... Never mind. I take it back. It's not like we got a dog. It's like a tornado dropped in and made a horrible mess of my day.
That's Jiren for you. You just wait. I'll crack that big old icy shell of yours soon, Morgus.
Is that really how I come off? Out of curiosity, are you not afraid of being so close to me?
Huh? Why would I be?
When you first saw my face, you thought it was caused by some kind of disease. Are you not concerned that still might be the case? And that, you might catch whatever it is?
Well, you probably wouldn't be here if it was something contagious. As sweet as Maria is, she wouldn't keep you around if she thought you might get the other girls sick. And nobody else seemed all that concerned at breakfast. Which means whatever those marks are on your face are, Morgs, they're probably not a danger to anybody else.
I am surprised. You actually have something resembling a functioning brain.
Oh God, Morgana.
Believe it or not, I'm super duper smart.
Now that I know isn't true. But anyway, I'm talking more, emotionally. You can logically understand that I probably don't pose any danger and still be uncomfortable. Still want to keep your distance. I know several of the girls do, and I can't blame them either. They need to be healthy to work, to make their living. There's nothing wrong with wanting to avoid any potential risk, no matter how small. Or perhaps they don't even realize they're doing it themselves, in which case there's nothing anyone can do.
I'm not sure how much help I can be, since I don't really get why anyone would want to keep their distance from you. But I don't think it's that hopeless. If they don't realize they're doing it, then you just have to open their eyes. Easy peasy. Make them realize. And then tell them, stop trying to avoid me. You have the right to at least that much. I really think you need to be a little more assertive, Morgs. No one's gonna get mad if you stick up for yourself every once in a while.
They will, though.
What? Who will?
All man's suffering is purposeful. It is all part of God's plan. His trials for us on this earth. He would be very displeased if I were to turn my back on his plan for me.
I really think you're overthinking it, Morgs. Less on fun things means more room for fun things, and more fun things is always better.
Would you call your life fun?
Huh?
You were taken from your home, and now you work as a prostitute in the slums of a strange country. Do you call that fun? It just seems depressing to me.
No, I'm perfectly happy. Not a sorrow in the world. Hasn't been a single day in my life I felt sad or depressed or like life sucks. I mean, sure, there are days when I think it'd be nice to see my mom again. But I don't really have time to worry about anything other than the here and now. And as far as I'm concerned, now is always the best time of my life. Aww. Don't got any room to feel bad about anything. I see. You're quite the optimist. So much it almost burns. I consider myself lucky to have ended up at this brothel. Everyone's amazing. Then, I pray you'll find yourself at home here. Aw, you're kinda sweet, Morgs. Kind of. Slip of the tongue. You're always sweet. So hey, Morgs, how'd you end up here a couple years back? I was thrown into a carriage by a strange man and brought here, with no chance of ever returning. Not taken, but sold. Though ultimately the difference is insignificant. You were? I came through a similar route as you. Oh, huh? Guess that makes us peas in a pod. Not at all. Or anything but. I'm nowhere near as optimistic as her. Never mind energetic and cheerful. No, don't be foolish, Morgana. That's not why we're not alike. It's because I'm God's chosen daughter. I have absolutely no reason to feel inferior to a mere prostitute. We're nothing alike, and we must never be. You're so warm, Morgs. I'm gonna sleep great tonight. I am such a disgrace. No, you're just...
Lord Barnier, we are all very much interested in seeing the saint's miraculous powers for ourselves.
I knew it would not be long before someone asked. We're much too healthy to see the effects of the miracles in ourselves, after all. Which, of course, is anything but a problem. Falling ill would only serve to interfere with our ability to enjoy these feasts.
Well said, my lord.
Which is why I've arranged for a most fortuitous slave to have the miracle performed upon. Bring him in.
Yes, sir.
As you can see, this slave is on the verge of death. He can hardly even walk on his own 2 feet. Under any other circumstances, I would keep such an unseemly thing out of sight, so as not to tarnish your festive mood, my guests. But I believe he will serve as a fine sample on which to test the miracle's efficacy.
He wants to test my miracle.
Rejoice, slave! Good fortune shines upon you. You heard me, daughter of God. This poor slave is in need of your assistance. Give unto him your blessing if you would be so gracious.
I don't care how you try to dress it up, Lord. My miracle is not a show for your parties.
Oh my! So you refuse to heal him then? After making such a scene about how your blood is for the sick, the poor, and the suffering at that. Even a saint's dignity has its limits. I understand. You don't want to be sullied by this filthy old slave.
I never said any such thing.
Then you know what you must do. Do not make me intervene, daughter of God. I am asking you to do this out of respect.
I would happily give my
I knew you would come around, you bastard. Let's see. Where should we let your blood from? I see no point in wasting unmarred flesh for a mere slave. Your fingertip will do nicely. He can drink the blood directly from the cut. Because I certainly don't have any goblets to spare for him. Let us begin then, shall we, oh daughter of God? Drink, slave! Suck upon the blood that spills from my finger. Do not let even a single drop go to waste. Tell me, slave, has your ailment been remedied? If it has, leap into the air for my guests.
I am cured, my lord. Behold, I am cured.
Oh, splendid! An undeniable miracle!
Look, my lord, I'm cured. I'm in better shape than ever.
We've seen more than enough. Stop hopping about like a filthy swamp toad.
Yes, my lord.
You are dismissed, slave. But first, give your thanks to the saint, and all my guests who bore witness to your miraculous recovery.
Thank you so much, sirs and madams. Thank you so much, oh holy saint.
And now that you've borne witness to the blood's power, I'm sure you're all eager to try some for yourselves.
What?
Most certainly, my lord. With such a potent elixir, our good health is all but assured. Indubitably.
Please, stop this. Do not take any more of my blood. I'm begging.
God! Can we skip to the part where the Lord gets killed, please?
I've lost too much blood. I can barely think straight.
I suppose I might have overdone it today. You did not come cheap, saint, so I won't have you dying on me until you've at least provided your gold's worth of entertainment.
Your actions are an affront to God. My miracles are only for those in need.
Is that the only thing you know how to say? I've grown rather tired of hearing it.
I will gladly offer my blood for any other alien slaves. But you and your guests are perfectly healthy. You are merely squandering God's gift on yourselves.
You foolish little girl.
What?
Let me tell you something, saint. I don't believe in your miracles.
How can you say that? After seeing that slave boy drink my blood and be healed? What more proof do you need?
It was all a show.
What?
I told him to feign being ill and cured, or I would send him to the deepest chamber of the dungeon. Even a dog will wear a cat's skin if his life depends on it. So, what did you think of his performance? Impressive, no. God, I want this man dead!
Why? Then why do you keep taking my blood?
All I and my guests desire is a good time. You are nothing more than an exhibit for our entertainment.
No. You're wrong. My blood does have miraculous powers. I proved it back at the village.
It hardly matters either way. Whether you're a saint or a lowly peasant girl is inconsequential. All that matters is that you continue to play the role of a saint. What's the matter? Are you disappointed? Upset? You're welcome to cry, wail, and gnash your teeth like a sniveling little child. That would be entertaining in its own right. Shout at the top of your lungs that you are not a saint, that it was all an act, and beg to be set free. Who knows? Perhaps they might lose interest in you then.
I am the daughter of God. I will never claim otherwise.
I see. Then nothing changes! You will continue to offer your body and spirit to my feasts.
I hate this man. Why are you so insistent on remaining a saint, Morgana? Is that Mother's voice? What do you have to gain from handing out blessings for nothing? It is my sacred responsibility as the daughter of God to help all those in need. How noble of you, Morgana. How honorable to not cast aside your duty in the face of such misery. It is the reason I was placed upon this earth. But tell me this. Are your offerings genuinely altruistic? What? Are they, Morgana? My voice? Or do you simply do it out of a desire to call yourself benevolent? When the people of your village sang your praises, when you crushed the man who accused Mother of being a charlatan, you reveled in it. I did not. There's nothing wrong with that, though. It's a perfectly normal reaction. Having pride and feeling a sense of superiority are perfectly human emotions, especially in a child as young as you. The reason you feel shame about your pride, however, is the very source of that pride. Your identity as the daughter of God. Free yourself from those chains and the guilt they cause you. Go back to being an ordinary little girl. You can do that. Remove the chains and pass them on to me. No! Hands off, you silly. What an awful nightmare. Dreaming about my time at the Lord's Manor is bad enough. But to go back to being an ordinary girl? No. Absolutely not. That is not an option. My whole life would become meaningless if I were to do that. Not that I could ever call myself normal with a face like this. There's nothing ordinary about me. If I were to lose my position as the daughter of God, I would be nothing but a hideous child. You need a hug. That's what you need. Oh, time skip. Okay. In about a week's time, Jiren had made herself thoroughly at home at the brothel. She definitely found herself quite a few fans among the clientele, some of whom came specifically to see her. Most found her peculiar, hyper-energetic disposition overwhelming at first, but quickly warmed up to her. Not a single person seemed to dislike her, at least among those I came in contact with. The second week, Jiren started branching out beyond the brothel. On her days off, she would go down to the pub and sing for the audience on a makeshift stage of tables. Her first day performing, she dragged me with her, claiming she was too nervous to go alone. So I sat in the corner as she sang. Everyone was quite surprised at how well she could sing, and they were particularly drawn to her unfamiliar melodies. Perhaps they were songs from her home country, or perhaps she had picked them up elsewhere. But regardless, her music and exotic appearance made for an enchanting performance. When it was over, the audience roared with applause, and I was convinced she was a much better choice to sing for them than me. Oh, come on. By a third week, even Maria had begun to come around. At first, the most approval Jiren could squeeze out of Maria was an exasperated sigh at something dumb she had said, or something careless she had did. But as her popularity grew, and with it the customer base, Maria softened up. Man, am I glad to have you working here, she said with a big grin, patting Jiren on the back. To me, Maria's motivation seemed rather shallow, but considering she ran the brothel in all but name, it would have come at little surprise when she was so easily swayed by money. Well... 4 weeks after her arrival, there was no one around who didn't know Jiren. The peacekeepers had all taken quite a liking to her as well, particularly the #1 man, The big one whose name I had trouble remembering.
Oh my god.
Whenever he ran into her, he would say,
Hey there, Jiren! I'm fresh out of coin. They want to spend the night together?
"No money, no business."
Bah, don't be such a killjoy.
Of course.
All the men in my life, in fact, had warmed up quite noticeably to her, including him. At meals, there was seldom a quiet moment. Oh no. Is she getting sad? Is she getting jealous? And there was nothing wrong with that. I should have been pleased to see everyone so merry. I should have been happy. I should have celebrated their joy. But by the time a full month had passed, I found myself avoiding Jiren at every opportunity.
Who could that be at this hour? I'm coming. Calm the hell down.
Good morning, Jackie!
Oh, for the love of God.
Wait, don't close the door on me!
I'm bad enough with mornings as it is. The last thing I need to start my day with is a human noisemaker.
Now that's not very nice. I thought we were friends, Jackie. I'm here on business too, not to play around.
Christ. Fine. What business, and make it quick.
House call. Wait! You didn't let me finish before you started closing the door.
First, you don't even do house calls. Second, it's past closing hours.
Yeesh, you're no fun. Maybe I'll start calling you Jackie Joke Killer. Can't you at least play along for a bit before shooting it down?
Why am I the one being criticized? It's way too early for this shit. I'll have you know, I've never been fun.
That's true. You're about as much fun as a virgin client.
What did you just call me?
Wee, you opened the door.
So seriously, what are you here for? Obviously not a house call.
Well, if you want, I can make it one.
Not a chance in hell! Get to the point now before I toss you into the latrine.
Now, calm yourself. As someone famous once might have said, every minute angry is a day off your life.
And who do you think is making me so angry?
Anyways, Marie needs some supplies acquired, urgently. Looking for some place willing to part with some lumber, free if possible.
Lumber? What for?
Lost a floorboard last night.
You did? What? Did someone get a little too into it? Did they try fucking the floor at this point?
Oh man, you have no idea. This big old gorilla of a guy comes in snarling like he wants to eat us alive. He starts getting it on and bangs a hole in the floor. No joke. It doesn't stop either.
He literally fucked the floor?
All the girls are taking turns with him, because just one's not enough to keep up. The place is howling all night long.
Wow. Sounds like quite a strenuous night. A little too much information.
Yep, sure would be. If it really happened. Truth is, this is an old rotten board.
I swear to God, girl! I'm going to get that image out of my head either.
Oh my god. Oh, you're blushing, Jackie. You never know you were a regular at a whorehouse.
I am not a regular, and you damn well know it. Why are you even coming to me and ask for help anyway? Surely you can handle a little shopping trip on your own.
Yeah, I kind of figured you'd say that. Though it wouldn't hurt to ask, though. Okay, I'm out of here then.
It's past closing hours. I said as much myself a moment ago. She just got off work and she's visibly exhausted. Wait, it's fine, I'll take care of it. You go back and get some rest.
You're so sweet, Jackie. Maria was totally right. If pressuring him doesn't work, pull back. Act defeated, and he'll fold quicker than that floorboard.
Maria, I'm going to kill you. Damn you, Maria. Okay, so that was all you needed, right? You're done here? Or was there something else?
I just got off work, but I'm super crazy tired. But I fought through it and came all the way out here.
And?
So just maybe...
Maybe...
Maybe you should be offering me a drink. For 10.
I'm going to kill this girl. Okay, fine, you win. It's not like you'll back down if I tell you no anyway. Come on, and sit wherever.
Whee!
So tell me something, Jiren. How much longer are you planning on working at the brothel?
Huh? Where'd that come from?
I'm just curious.
Sounds kind of like you don't want me there.
I never said that. In fact, your presence has been quite the boon. Maria's very pleased with the uptick in business.
Then why do you ask?
Because it's not a line of work anyone should be in for any longer than necessary. Are you still struggling with money?
Actually, I don't have anything I need to pay back anymore. Now I'm just saving up for myself.
All the more reason you should consider getting out. Find some way you can put one of your other talents to use.
I don't know. I'm not really overflowing with talent.
I can think of one at least. Your performances at the pub. They're always a huge hit. Singing isn't the most stable of careers, no. But neither is prostitution. So if you were to choose, I'd say you may be better off going with the one that's easier on your body.
Me? A singer? Marie and the other girls are so good to me though, and I'd feel awful hopping off the boat after only 1 month.
You can't put yourself second to some feeling of indebtedness. It's your life and your body to take care of. It's no one's responsibility but your own. Do what you think is best for yourself, not what you think you should be doing for others. Well, what's so funny?
For all you try to pretend otherwise, deep down, you're a real sweet guy, Jackie.
I'm just telling you what the logical thing to do in the situation is.
Most logical businessmen wouldn't try to chase off their workers. They'd work them until there's nothing left.
Well, that's because they're assholes.
But that's just how it is. Prostitutes are a dime a dozen. In the grand scheme of things, they're not important enough to fret all about, because you can't replace them easy.
I suppose. But you know, this brothel's different. Marie and I don't have a manager to answer to. No greedy bastard running the place, intent on working everyone to the bone. It was built up by the girls, so, as one of the girls yourself, I'm sure they'll respect whatever decision you make. Maria values your opinion too.
Yeah, she said the same thing when I first showed up, that it's not a job you can keep for very long. I'll give it some thought.
I'm glad.
It never even occurred to me that I could make a living singing. Well, actually, I don't think it ever even occurred to me to think about my future much at all. You're a good guy, Jackie, and Maria a good boss.
We're just doing what anyone else would. So, I generally try not to pry, but I've been wondering, where were you before you came here?
What? Wow, you're really talkative today, Jackie.
I'm just in an inquisitive mood.
Yeah, I'm actually quite curious. I think somebody in the comment section kind of made a little quip about that. I need to look at that again.
God, I can't remember what the hell it was. Why the hell can't I remember it now? It's been nagging at me for a while now. How low her threshold for satisfaction seems to be. I mean, out here, everyone learns to be happy with what they can get, but Jiren in particular feels a bit extreme.
You already know about how I was abducted, right?
Yeah, that I've heard about. Twice, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. First time was when I was real little. Though I wasn't targeted, it was during a raid. A couple bandits busted in, killed my mom and dad as I watched. They spared me, luckily. Sold me off to work in the field somewhere as a slave instead. And one day, while I was out on a supply run, I got swiped up and sold off again. It wasn't until about 2 years back when I started working as a prostitute. Was in a different city for a while. Then I ended up here. And that about covers it. What's wrong, Jackie?
I just wasn't expecting something quite so bleak. You'd never guess on how she acted.
No, hell no, I'd never seen that coming.
Well, pretty much everyone in the slums has their own sad story, don't they? Some more than others, maybe. Luckily, I never had a bad master. Everyone was really nice. I always had food and a place to sleep. So I've never felt like I had it bad.
I think that more than qualifies as having it bad.
Oh?
Have you never felt like you got the short end of the stick?
I don't even know what the stick looks like. Never mind which end is the short one.
Well, I'll tell you. It's the one you were given. Your parents were murdered, your life suddenly turned upside down, some strange man decided you were worth this much money, selling you into slavery. You should be furious! You think you're happy right now, but let me tell you this. There's not a damn scrap of happiness to be found down here at the bottom of the ladder. It's not until you're a few rungs up, you're not living in scraps and treated like garbage, that you'll find anything resembling real happiness.
I don't know about that. As far as I'm concerned, if I'm enjoying myself, I'm happy. Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor or hungry or what.
Sorry for losing my cool like that. It's not my place to decide what you are and aren't allowed to be happy about.
You want to climb higher up the ladder, Jackie?
I can't imagine there's anyone who doesn't. Except, you just told me you were satisfied right where you are, so I guess that proves me wrong. But I can tell that me and the gang are thoroughly through putting up with the status quo. We're holding on well enough for the time being because we're young and healthy, but here in the slums, that's only worth so much.
Huh. Honestly, I can't even think more than a few minutes ahead, so I've never really been concerned about my future. But I think the future you guys are shooting for sounds pretty great. I hope you succeed in creating your utopia.
I wouldn't go so far as to call it that.
That's basically what it is though, right? You're trying to make the world a place where everyone's equal. Where everyone's got plenty of money and can go see a doctor when they get sick. Where no one starves to death or gets sold into slavery, right? Sounds pretty sweet. I'm rooting for you.
My goals are hardly so noble.
Say what?
Nothing. I agree. That would be a nice world to live in. My dissatisfaction doesn't arise from concern for the world or to others. I'm hardly so selfless.
Oh, right. I just remembered something super duper important, Jackie.
And that is...
It's almost midsummer, which means festival time.
Oh, right. That is happening, isn't it?
I want to go.
What's stopping you?
No, wrong answer. Learn to read between the lines, Jackie. I want to go with everyone.
That's about what I expected her to say.
Gather all the girls at the brothel, you peacekeeper bros. Get everyone together and join the festivities.
That seems like a bit too large of a group.
Okay, then we can limit just the cool people. Either way.
You know, that might not be such a bad idea.
Whoa, is the world ending? I didn't expect you to say yes so quickly.
You want to say that one more time, girly?
I was sure you were going to get all hoppy and fight me over it for at least half an hour. A bunch of slum dwellers going into the city proper is only asking for misery. Unless you enjoy being treated like rats, you'd be better off celebrating at the pub with people you know. And on and on and on.
Is that what she thinks I sound like? My god, I sound like a terrible impersonation of a girl. I won't pretend I'm thrilled about the idea, but I've also never taken her to a festival before, which is why I thought it might be worth considering.
You mean Morgs?
The Morgs? Morgana would never speak to me again if I ever called her that. Yes, Morgana.
Seems to me you're especially nice to her, Jackie. You got a crush on her or something. You fallen head over heels for her?
Actually,
Excuse me? Who in their right mind would fall for a child that young?
You can't deny you care about her, though. You wouldn't do so much as you do for her if you didn't.
And I never said I didn't care for her. She just... I'm pretty sure she doesn't have anyone else. So someone's gotta look for her, after her.
Oh, so she's like a little sister to you.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't see me the same way, though. Yeah, I think she hit it right on the nose there. I imagine this is about what it would be like if I had a sister.
Anyway, Morgs means a lot to you. That much is obvious to anyone. So how about you ask her if she wants to come to the festival?
You live with her. It'd be much simpler if you did it.
She's kind of been keeping her distance lately.
Oh? Did something happen between you two?
Nothing I can think of. Maybe she feels like when I showed up I invaded her territory. And she doesn't like me because she doesn't feel as much at home anymore.
So, she's being sulky? I didn't realize she was capable of getting moody.
Jackie! That's being super superficial, you know. Sure, she can be pretty tough nut to crack. But she is an 11-year-old girl. She gets happy and sad and upset as much as anyone else.
Well, how old are you? You look... You're about...
15? 16?
Look, I don't know. You're too short to be 18, unless you literally haven't reached your growth spurt. Can somebody please tell me? Try as I might, I simply can't envision it.
So, you ask her to come, Jackie. Put your heart and soul into it. You get her there, and we'll all have fun at the festival. And it'll smooth everything out between me and her.
Putting my heart and soul into it might be counterproductive. But sure, I'll see if she's interested when I go to apply her ointment today.
Thanks a bunch. Well, I should get back. Catch you later, Jackie.
Take care.
Aye aye.
Morgana? Sulking and avoiding Jiren? Now there's an unexpected development. Or maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. Anyway, I should head out to take care of business. Yeah, you probably should.
Excuse me? No, absolutely not.
You could at least pretend to consider the offer.
It's not even worth dignifying with an act. Why would you even think inviting me was a good idea anyway?
Sounds perfectly reasonable to me. There's no harm in changing things up once in a while. Give yourself a little break from spending every day in this depressing little graveyard.
The very prospect of attending a festival is considerably more depressing.
Come on! It could be fun! Don't dismiss it without...
Look at my face. Surely, you're not so foolish as to not realize it would mean exposing myself, my face, to heavens knows how many strangers.
You're right. I'm not. There'll be so many people there, and everyone will be caught up in the festivities. No one's going to bother stopping to scrutinize some random girl's face. And say you're lucky to get significantly less attention in such a crowd. Like they say, the best place to hide a leaf is in the forest. Of course, I don't think you should be afraid to go out any day, festival or not. As far as I'm concerned, there's no reason for you to hide your face at all.
That's easy for you to say.
That's not my intention. I understand how significant an issue it is for you. But this festival is a once-in-a-year thing, and...
Where's this even coming from, anyway? What possessed you to suddenly ask me to the festival?
Well, you know...
I don't know.
It was Jiren's idea.
What? Jiren's idea?
She dropped by this morning, and after making quite the racket, she brought up the upcoming festival.
So, you're saying you're inviting me because Jiren asked you to?
Well, I mean, the biggest reason is because you weren't in any condition to participate in an event like this the last couple of years, so I wanted you to experience it this year.
Enough. Please. This is all for Jiren, isn't it?
What?
She's concerned because I haven't been speaking with her much lately, right?
Well, yeah, she is, but that's not why I...
Okay, I'll go.
Really?
Yes, for Jiren. I feel guilty knowing I've caused her so much distress. I'm dead weight at the brothel as it is. The last thing I want is to make things even worse by being a source of worry. So I will go to the festival.
Morgana, I don't think anyone wants you to go out of some sense of obligation.
If that's all, then go. You're done applying the ointment, aren't you?
Morgana, please.
Go.
What's gotten into you? Why are you so upset?
I am not upset. Now please go away.
I beg to differ. Okay, I'll leave. Just remember, the festival's there for you to enjoy it, alright? I'll remind you when the day draws closer. I definitely went about that the wrong way, huh?
Yeah, you could have gone a little bit better. Yes, apparently you did not do a good job.
What the hell are you doing here, Michelle?
I don't know, I'm just having fun watching.
I hoped her mood would improve by the time the festival came around. But unsurprisingly, my hopes weren't enough to change anything, and Morgana remained distant. She had always been a sullen, aloof girl, but when she was really upset, she completely closed herself off. Day after awkward day crawled by, and I soon began to wonder if inviting her had been a mistake. But after all that, I couldn't just march up to her and say, "Never mind, we're not going." So I was left to endure a long, uncomfortable week until the day the Midsummer Festival commenced. Okay. I'm gonna have to stop for the moment because I kind of run out of time. We will get started on the festival, in the next video, which will be tomorrow. Yep, I'm gonna try to do 3 episodes of Morgana this week. Hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, okay. So besides the disturbing stuff, we actually get to see much more character development. We got to see that it seems like Jiren really does seem to care about, Morgana in a bit. Which, that's good. Morgana does need a little bit, more human interaction. Plus, for God's sake, we already know how this is going to end. But I gotta remind, these were the happiest days that she had. These were the highlights of her life. The happiest moments, I guess. And it's doing a good job reflecting that despite the recurring nightmares that she's having, which are just horrifying to me. But they're understandable. I understand why she's having them. Anyway, I should have grabbed myself a glass of water before I recorded. My throat is dry as all hell. And in which case, that's where I am going to end it. So, if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.